What's happening, everybody? A lot of y'all been asking me for a studio tour, so I think it's about time I try to make that happen. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hey Siri, it's studio time. Follow me. Alright, so I'm going to try to get to as much of this stuff as possible. Links to some of this stuff will be in the description if you want to try it out. But I'm going to go around and try to talk about as much of the stuff I got that I can, if I think about it. I might forget some stuff, I don't know, but here we go. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with this corner over here. Every now and then you might see a shot of this stuff in the camera in the background on occasion. But it's all the boxes. I don't really get rid of any of the boxes. This box down here, miscellaneous computer parts, extra wires. So is this one. So keep all that stuff. You never know when it's gonna come in handy. And then I always keep all of my boxes. So back here I got a closet, and as you can see, it's chock full with all of the boxes for literally everything. Now it's a ton of boxes in here. Now I'm a huge Apple enthusiast. I have pretty much everything, so all of the boxes are in there. It's pretty much all I use that closet for. Nothing else. It's like a storage for boxes. I need to put them somewhere else, but I ain't got around to it just yet. Now, before we get to any of the audio gear, I have this sitting up on the dresser right here. And I got this as a recommendation from Linda's son. It's pretty cool. Put whatever you want on it. Lights up, it'll change colors, strobe, all that good stuff. Pretty nice. Had to grab one of them. Well, up next we have an entertainment center area. This is a PlayStation 4 camera, 50-inch TV. And down here we have the PlayStation 5 camera, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. Using the rest for a shoe rack. Then next to that we have a standard printer, PlayStation 5 headphones. You gotta have those. And as you can see, we have the wall treated with a little bit of acoustic foam. Helps a little bit. So I got that all around the walls mostly. Got my little shoe display case over here. It's a little dusty. I know it needs to be cleaned up. File cabinet, you know, extra stuff in there. And I just keep a lot of other extra wires and stuff. Some paperwork. And then some more equipment, just extra stuff in case I need it. Nothing real big in there. Now here we have my little mini refrigerator, you know, full of ice cream. Everybody needs some ice cream and some bagels, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that good stuff. Your little snacks in here. Got a bunch of junk on top of here. That right there, that's the truth. I've been killing that. So here we got a lamp. They have LED light bulbs, and as you can see from the beginning of the video, everything in here is, as far as the lights are concerned, is totally automated. All right, next thing I'm gonna speak on is this travel bag. I did a video on this bag a while ago. As you can see, it's still in good shape. All the zippers are perfect condition, nothing is damaged, and I've been using this extensively, especially when I go on all my travels. So got a bunch of extra miscellaneous wires in here. LPK mini wireless keyboard, so take that with me on my travels. Pretty much emptied everything else out of here. Still a battery pack for wireless charging on the go. Bag is pretty nice. Like I said, I did a video on this a while ago. You want to check that out. It's somewhere in there. Feel free. Now right here we have some old Monster headphones. They sound pretty decent. I only use them for if I have somebody recording. And when we're recording, we're on this microphone right here, which is a MXL 990. It's one of the oldest microphones I have in the studio, but it still sounds pretty good, and I still use it quite often. Now when we come to this is a Stedman pop filter. It's actually one of the best pop filters I ever used. Real clean sound, keeps almost all of the air off of the microphone, so that's pretty dope. So as you can see right behind that, we have this keyboard right here, Radio Shack MD 1700, 76 key keyboard. And to be honest, I never use this keyboard anymore. It's a collector's, but it does work. It does work, but I rarely use it nowadays. Now it's just basically a display case for my hats and stuff like that. Now right on top of that, you can see this right here, this bad boy, Shure SM7B microphone with a SEDM1 on it attached to it as a cloud lifter, basically an amplifier for the microphone. And it's on a Samson boom arm. Now about this Samson boom arm, it's actually the biggest boom arm I can find, and it was very hard to find. And I wanted to get this one because I needed something that can reach anywhere I needed it to be. And this one is 48 inches by 48 inches. Very, very, very hard to find. It took me a long time to get it. Now let's go under this keyboard. Now this keyboard here, I use it a little more often. And this is the M Audio Control 49. Now, while I'm talking about this keyboard was touted as a flagship keyboard when it came out. It's made by M Audio again, but shortly after they released this keyboard, they seem to abandon it. And this is actually the same keyboard as the Akai Advanced 49. And like I said, shortly after both of these keyboards were released, this one they're actually the same keyboard. They have the same functionality with a little bit different layout, nice screen on it so you could change it. Everything seems to work, but they abandoned it, and I'm kind of upset about it. It still works, but it could use some improvement, and they haven't updated it since the first or second update. It's been a very long time since they updated it. I'm actually going to speak a little more about that too. So right now we're on the M Audio website, and as I said before, when this keyboard, the Control 49, came out, it was touted as the flagship keyboard. All of these were secondary, tertiary to it. So all of these, as you can see, firmware and feature updates available now. And the Control 49 is nowhere to be found when you're looking at their keyboards. It's totally abandoned. It's not listed on the website anywhere unless you go way, way back. The same for Akai. So if we're on a Akai website, we're looking at keyboard controllers. You don't see the Advanced 49 anywhere. Let's go to projects. Let's go to controllers. We're on keyboards right now. We go to controllers. No Advanced 49. And both of these keyboards were touted as the flagships when they came out, and they have been abandoned. But what I will say is this new Akai keyboard that has been rumored to come out, I thought it was going to be released with the 2.10 software, but it wasn't. But I kind of want to get this because I'm hoping that this keyboard, when it comes out, will be everything that I thought this keyboard was supposed to be. Because this keyboard was supposed to be tightly integrated with the MPC software. It came with the VIP software and all of that. But now, with little to no updates, the VIP software barely works with the keyboard and everything. It's terrible. But it's still a decent controller. Has the faders on it. Selectable. You can select tracks and all of that good stuff with this keyboard. Has pads on it, and also knobs for the cue links. Not only that, it does control all of the devices, so I can record, play, start, all of that to any one of the devices I'm using. But I'm still disappointed. So I am hoping that Akai does come out with this new keyboard, and I'm going to probably get it. and I hope that the integration with the MPC or other devices is a lot better than what this keyboard was. I kind of want it to be more like how the Maschine keyboards, the A series and the S series keyboards are tightly integrated with the MK3 when you use them both in conjunction. So that's what I'm looking for, something with more tight integration. And this keyboard is coming out hopefully sometime soon. Looks like it's going to have that. But anyway, let's continue. So moving around the board, right here we have the Audio-Technica wireless microphone system with the wireless lavalier mic. I rarely use that. It does sound good, but I didn't like the feeling of being attached by wires or anything. I just didn't like it on me, so I rarely use it. But it is pretty good. It sounds great, actually. And I'm kind of going to move in order as I get to things. So this right here is the Roland MV-1 VerseLab, and I think it's pretty good. The sounds in it are excellent. The sounds that it comes with are comparable to the complete Ultimate library. It comes with a lot of sound, and it's also connectable to an iPad with the Roland Zen Beats. So that's pretty good too. And you can use that to download sounds and add them directly to the Roland. As far as the workflow, it's okay. So you know, kicks, hi-hats, you got a full drum kit, bass track, instrument, and then you have instrument 1, 2, and a vocal track. And you also have a nice sequencer right here. So it's pretty good. The only thing I don't like about it, I don't like the way the pads feel. The pads are a lot stiffer than the MPC pads and way stiffer than the Maschine pad. So you actually feel like you gotta hit them extra hard to get the velocity you want. So I kind of dislike that. I also don't really care for the screen and navigating. I kind of want to see more real estate than what they give you, but it's doable. You can make a decent beat with it. And actually the beat that was playing was directly from the Roland MV-1. Now the Roland MV-1 does have, I think, one advantage over the MPC Live, and that is you can connect a full-size XLR cable into the Roland MV-1. So you can run a regular microphone into it, which you cannot do with the MPC-1 or the MPC Live. Either one of them, actually. So, moving on, I do have cameras for live stream. This one shows the setup angle from the left, and it's kind of covered up right now because I have the iPad in the way, but I'm not live streaming right now, so oh well. Now, next to that, we have the MPC Live 2. And I have the Roland MV-1. The audio from here is going directly into the Live 2, and then the Live 2 is feeding audio into my audio interface, which I'll get to a little later. I also have all of the devices talking to each other via MIDI. So as you can see, I'm on the Live 2. The Live 2 has sounds loaded up, but there's nothing in the sequence right now. So if I hit play, this is actually the Roland MV-1 that is playing this beat. So I keep everything pretty much integrated. I like all of my devices talking to each other. If you've seen the MPC Live 2, you already know what it's about. Self-explanatory at this point. It's a great device. This is the second MPC Live that I've owned. I also had the Live 1. I gave that to my son when I purchased this device. But overall, a great device. This always goes with me when I travel. So now I'm gonna go back here. What we have right here is a Sterling headphone splitter. So what that does is I send my main headphone out into this, and then I can send 4 headphone outs to the room and give each person their own individual levels according to how they want to hear it. This headphone jack right here goes directly to the headphones that people use to monitor when they're recording. So right here we have a modular synthesizer, the Behringer Crave, pretty decent device. I use it to make a few sounds. Some of the sounds from this device were included in Block Squad Fresh. It's a pretty good device. And right after that, this is the Zoom H8. You can have up to 10 microphone inputs connected to this device, and I use this for if I'm recording out in the field. I can set up everything and record with it. This is an excellent device to have. I would highly recommend getting one of these, especially if you're doing any recording out in the field. You want to set up a studio or anything like that, you can get great sound out of it. Just remember, because last time I did use this thing, I kind of messed up because I set all my levels, then forgot about it and turned the MPC Live up, which caused this to be distorted, and I didn't recheck my levels. That was my mistake. Just remember stuff like that. So next to this bad boy, we have my main device. This is the brand of everything that I do here, and this is the MPC-X. The MPC-X is connected to everything. So just like the MPC Live can control the MV-1 start and stop, the MPC-X controls every device to start and stop. So while you play, as you can see, the MPC Live is playing, the Roland MV-1 is playing, the Maschine MK3 is playing, the MPC Live or the MPC-1 is playing, and also this is playing. We'll get to these a little later. Keep everything tightly integrated. So like I said, if you know anything about the MPC-X, self-explanatory. This is a bad boy right here. I'm hearing the MPC-X2 might be coming soon, and I would be, yeah, I'm a gearhead. I'm a bit of a gadget freak, so if the MPC-X2 comes out, you might see me with it. I might either pass the MPC-X along to somebody else or maybe sell it. I don't know. But I like to keep a hold of stuff, so it might stick around. I don't know. Maybe I'll move it to studio too, which I am building another studio. Not quite ready yet. I got a ways to go, but it hopefully sometime in the near future it'll be coming soon. So all right, so now we're gonna move up here. We have the Scarlett 810i20. It has 8 inputs, 20 outputs, and this is the brain of my operation as far as the audio interface is concerned. Everything runs through this device before it hits the DAW. Now here we have another camera for live streaming. It's a different angle, and right here we have one of my iPhones. I have another one right here, and I use all iPhones, including the camera that I'm using right now, to record all of my videos. So for instance, this iPhone right here would go up here facing me as my facing camera, and then I have a camera mount on top of the computer along with a camera for when I'm web streaming, and I would place the second iPhone up here for the overhead view, and I would record all of those at the same time. Now as far as the overall system, we have the iMac Pro, I believe it's from 2018, fully loaded. This is a monster of a computer. So go to about this Mac. Let's check out the specs we got here. 3 gigahertz 10 core processor, 64 gigabytes of memory, and a heavy graphics card. This is a bad boy. Next to the iMac Pro, we also have these speakers. These are Mackie CRX3s, studio monitors, and I use these for when I want to A/B my sound. So these are my alternate speakers, just to check the mixes and stuff like that. I also have a couple of monitors. So this monitor has the Maschine software on it. On the iMac right now, I currently have the MPC software, and then my browsing monitor over here. And there's also another web camera up here for a third angle. So when I'm switching my angles, doing a live stream. Now under here, I have a USB hub. I also have another USB hub, and then a couple of hard drives. So there's an external hard drive back here, and then there's an external hard drive here. Just because you can never have too much storage space, in my opinion. Especially when you're doing a lot of video editing, you need as much storage space as possible. You can delete stuff later on once it's done, but on bigger edits and stuff like that, you need a lot of space. So that's a necessity. You know, right here we have the Maschine MK3, and again, it's still tightly integrated. I have all the devices talking to each other. As always, if I press play, so every device can play or start record on each one. And I kind of like that. If I want to bounce around, I can. I don't always do that, but I have that option. So, and everything is going to be tempo synced. Just to show you, so let me play on here. Go to the tempo. Let's slow it down. And speed it back up. Go back to regular. And so I do keep all of the devices like that. Tight integration around everything. I like everything talking. So this is actually a step down from the Maschine Plus right now. I don't really feel like I need the Maschine Plus because I wouldn't really use it in standalone at this point. This standalone is great to have, but it's not really a huge necessity for me. You know what I'm saying? I work primarily in controller mode most of the time when I'm working. That doesn't mean all of the devices are in controller mode, but I primarily work in controller mode. So the MPC Live 2 is in standalone. The MPC 1 is also in standalone. The Roland is in standalone. And we'll get to this other device here shortly, but that's also in standalone. But everything is still talking to each other, as you can see. So right here we have the MPC 1. And again, this purchase is not a necessity. I just got it just to have it. And as I've said in previous videos, I'm currently only using it for a soundboard. Let's get around to a point. Alright, so if you know anything about the MPC 1, everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. It can do just about everything all of the other devices can do, with just a little bit less connectivity. And last but not least, we have the Roland Boss RC 505 loop station. Now this is a looper. A lot of people use it to make on-the-fly beats, on-the-fly songs. I do it every now and then just for practice. It's kind of fun to play with. Again, I have everything MIDI synced, and it's a nice tool to play with. You can do a lot of quick stuff on the fly. I haven't made a video on it as of yet. I also haven't made a video on the Roland MV-1. Maybe I'll do it in the future, I don't know. But it's a pretty fun toy to play with. I also have another arm, and as you can see, I have a little camera mount right here in case I want to put another camera to shoot an angle this way. And then a microphone, which I have the XLR cable right here so that I can hook up the microphone to this, which is in the bag right now. And I use that microphone, it's running directly into the loop station to record voice effects and things like that. Now for whenever I am live streaming, it's looking a little dusty right now. I do have this Stream Deck. It's not the biggest one, but it's kind of the middle grade one. So I can switch all my angles and all that stuff just from a press of the button from right here. It's a pretty nice device to have. It's not a necessity, but it is something that comes in handy. Also next to that, I have my Akai MPK Mini 3. It's a pretty good device. It's a little dusty, but this actually gets the most usage out of all the keyboards that I have. So I'm constantly using this one. Unless I feel like I need a large key bed, then I'll go to the big keyboard. But for the most part, I'm on this thing right here. You know, a couple other devices that I do have, I don't use them as often as I should, but they're both handheld gimbals for cell phones. So this is a DJI Osmo 1. This is actually the first one. And I also have the newest one. It's a DJI Osmo 4. So both of these do come in handy for recording if you're doing like vlogging and stuff like that. I can get a lot of great uses out of this. I don't use them as often as I should. Maybe I should start using them a little bit more. Now down here I have my M Audio sustain pedal that works with all the devices, so I can use it for any device that's connected to the computer. It's just a sustain pedal, if you know what that is. It works pretty well, and I usually get a lot of mileage out of it. Oh yeah, before I forget, my studio monitors, my main monitors are the KRK Rocket 8s. These are the version 3s. And I think they sound pretty good. I've heard some mixed reviews about them, but I haven't had any issues with them. I think they sound pretty good. For the most part, I do a lot of my mixes in the headphones, and I'm still using these old Beats Pros. As you can see, they are worn out. They've been putting in work for a lot of years. So, and they're still doing it. So, until these things fall apart, I'm gonna keep using them. Now, other than that, whenever I'm traveling, I'm running off of my travel buddy. It's right here. It's 2016 MacBook Pro. It comes in super handy. It's really lightweight and highly powerful. So I can do pretty much anything I want with this MacBook Pro. I can hook up all of my devices to it and everything runs just fine. Don't have any problem with storage unless I'm editing a heavy video, because this one only has 16 gigabytes built in it. But other than that, it's a strong trooper. And it's my travel buddy, so it goes with me whenever I'm on the road. Other than my 2016 MacBook Pro, I also have this Acer Windows computer that I rarely open up. The only time I ever use that is when people ask me questions that's Windows specific, and if I can't answer it off the top of my head, then I'll crack this thing open and then go look for it and see if I can find an answer on a Windows computer. That's pretty much all I use this thing for. I don't even really like messing with it no more because it's kind of slow and outdated, to be honest. So, but I do use it to answer questions. So, I believe that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything in here. Hope you enjoyed this quick studio tour. Just wanted to get that out the way because I had a bunch of people asking me about it. So I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and get that done. And then last but not least, before I get out of here, a couple of my babies, I know they're kind of dirty and need to be cleaned up. But yeah, I rarely pull these out. So they just hang on the wall now. I clean them up every now and then, throw them on when I feel like stunting. You know what I'm saying? But I've had them for a long time too. So hope you enjoyed what you saw. A quick little video, a quick little edit. Yeah, so that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching.